If you're making debt payments every month but your balance barely moves, the problem may not be your income. You may simply need a better system. In this video, I'll show you 3 practical steps to find extra money and start paying off your debt faster. No extreme budgeting, no giving up everything you enjoy. Just a repeatable process you can run every single payday. Setting up the problem. Debt has a way of feeling bigger than it actually is. You check the balance, it hasn't moved much, and it's easy to assume you're stuck. But most of the time, the issue isn't willpower, it's that nobody ever showed you a clear system. That system comes down to 3 steps. Step 1, find the money. Step 2, choose the right debt to target. Step 3, automate the whole thing so it runs without you having to think about it every month. Let's start with Step 1. Step 1. Find your debt money. Open your banking app and pull up the last 30 days of transactions. Don't judge anything yet. Just look. Now split everything into 3 buckets: essential bills, rent, utilities, insurance, minimum debt payments, necessary spending, groceries, transport, things you genuinely need, and optional spending, everything else. That third bucket is where your debt money is hiding. Look specifically for recurring costs, subscriptions you forgot you had, takeaway and delivery fees that add up fast, impulse purchases, and convenience spending you could easily plan around instead. Here's the key: don't try to cut everything at once. Pick 2 or 3 changes you can actually stick with. Consistency beats intensity every time. For example, if you cancel 25 pounds of unused subscriptions, cut takeaways by 40 pounds, and set a weekly spending limit that saves another 35, that's 100 pounds a month redirected straight toward debt. 100 pounds a month is 1,200 pounds a year, money that used to disappear quietly, now working for you instead of against you. Retention re-hook. But finding extra money is only half the solution. If you send it to the wrong debt, you could end up staying in debt far longer than necessary. So let's talk about where that money should actually go. Step 2. Choose your payoff method. There are 2 main strategies here, and they work in very different ways. The debt avalanche. You pay the minimum on every debt, and every extra pound goes toward the debt with the highest interest rate. Mathematically, this is the fastest way to get out of debt and pay the least amount of interest overall. The debt snowball. Same minimums on everything. But your extra money goes toward the smallest balance first, regardless of interest rate. It costs slightly more in interest, but clearing a full debt early can give you the motivation to keep going. So which one should you use? If saving money on interest is your priority, go with the avalanche. If motivation has been your biggest obstacle in the past, the snowball might serve you better. Either way, pick one and stick with it. Switching methods every few months is one of the fastest ways to lose momentum and lose track of your progress. Mid-roll CTA. If this plan is helping you see your debt differently, subscribe to Vistoric for simple, beginner-friendly money strategies, and drop PLAN in the comments if you're starting your debt payoff journey this month. Step 3. Automate the repayment. This is the step that actually makes the plan repeatable because it takes willpower out of the equation. Here's what happens on payday. First, your essential bills go out. Second, minimum payments are made on every debt. Third, and this is the part most people skip, the extra amount you found in Step 1 is automatically sent to your target debt from Step 2. Also, keep a small buffer aside for unexpected costs. This matters more than people realize. Without it, one surprise expense and you're right back on the credit card. Beyond your regular budget, keep an eye out for extra windfalls to redirect toward debt, overtime pay, work bonuses, cashback rewards, money from selling things you no longer use, tax refunds, and the savings from any subscriptions you've already canceled. None of these were part of your monthly plan, so sending them straight to debt won't affect your day-to-day budget at all. Pattern interrupt. Here's the biggest mistake people make: increasing their debt payments while continuing to create new debt at the same time. Before you get aggressive with extra payments, figure out the one expense that keeps pushing you back onto credit, and deal with that first. Otherwise, you're just filling a bucket with a hole in the bottom. The 30-day action plan. Let's turn this into something you can actually do. Broken down by week. Week 1. List every single debt you have, along with the balance, the interest rate, and the minimum payment. Week 2. Review your last 30 days of spending and cut or reduce 2 expenses. Week 3. Choose Avalanche or Snowball and set up your automatic payments. Week 4. Make your first extra payment, then review what worked and adjust from there. 4 weeks. That's all it takes to go from feeling stuck to having a real system running in the background of your finances. Recap and close. So the 3 steps are simple. Find the money, choose your target debt, and automate the payment. You don't need a perfect budget. You need a system you can repeat every payday. Subscribe to Vestoric for more practical saving, investing, and wealth-building advice. And watch the next video for a simple beginner's budget you can set up in under 15 minutes.